Hey, how's it going? So today we're talking about exhaust for the Cobalt G5. It's actually a G5. Some people may be like, "Hey, my God, it's a G5." Um, I priced out at a muffler shop. How much would it be for a full exhaust? They gave me $1,000. I priced it out at ZZP. It's going to be roughly $1,000. The upside with the shop was that they were going to do the whole thing. The upside with the ZZP was that it has, I'm sure, pretty sure it has some sort of uh, better flowing cat in it. So that was kind of back and forth. One I had to get on the floor and do it myself. The other one, I didn't really ask what was gonna happen. The guy said to bring the car in and he gave me a better quote. I had my Avalanche on me that day. So unfortunately I never went back. Now, with all that said, I found this for $320, $350. I'll get into all that stuff. This video is already long enough, but it's not bad. We got some welds right here. Of course, I know this is all Chinese stuff, but it's not bad. The weight to them, not bad. This is for reference. This is a cheap eBay. This is, I'm assuming, aluminum, but it was just so crappily made. I did not use it. I used a different one for my Avalanche. And again, sometimes I guess the reference here is that sometimes you see something that looks shiny and then you get it and you're like, oh shit. And then you go back and look at the picture and like, oh yeah, it doesn't look as shiny now. And you were bamboozled like I was. But I ended up using the shield here, so I'm not terribly mad. These are actually pretty polished, pretty good looking. Not that shiny is what we're shooting for, but again, it is kind of cool that they do have the weight to them and that they are polished. Now, I guess technically they are polished no matter what it is. But we have the downpipe. This is one of the things that ZZP was going to have. Believe me, this is high flow. We have here this tube right here. And we can look at the welds here. They're not the greatest. Now, you don't have to be a master chef to judge that kind of stuff, but or judge food being good or bad. So I don't have to be a welder, but kind of take that with a grain of salt because I am not a welder. But again, even that, I'm not super irate with it, or even any at all, actually. I think that's probably the worst weld, and some of these guys aren't great, but they're not bad. I'm not mad. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, as far as shipping goes, I will talk about that because, again, nobody paid me not to. Nobody paid me to do it. I'm just giving an honest opinion here. I didn't pay any premium to get them shipped, so that was 7 to 15 working days on their website. There are more factors here, but I'll divulge those in the future parts because this came in 2 parts for the full exhaust. The catback is still coming in. Now, I ordered this a week ago, Friday, and it got here Thursday, yesterday. The other part, it said they had a label made that Saturday, and Monday it was already on FedEx's hands. Now, it had a determined date to be here today. And then, of course, I saw the FedEx truck roll and just keep going. It didn't even tease me to stop a little bit. It just rolled away, speeding. So then I looked up the tracking number and it was like, oh, it's in Georgia. I can't remember where they're based off of. I think they're like Georgia or something like that. But either way, I'm okay with that because this already came in earlier. The other one would have come in earlier. So I'm okay with that, waiting a couple more weeks. With that said, if I have to rate something right now, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Only because I don't know what the other part is gonna look like, if it's gonna fit. Now, once I get the other parts and they look as good as this, and they fit well, because that's another issue. People were having delivery and fitment issues because it is Chinese. But once we have all that, I'll definitely give a better, more accurate rating. But right now, all the videos I've seen for the most part are sponsored by them or on their channel. So I don't know if there's a way to differentiate. Maybe they did say, hey, you know what? Thanks for using our stuff. Do you mind if we use your video on our channel? Or I'm assuming they were just pretty much sponsored at this point. I wasn't. This is my fifth attempt at making this video and trying to shorten it. So really quick, comes with this clamps. I forgot this. These gaskets and these nuts. I don't know if I said it earlier already. Again, this is my fifth attempt. These nuts feel like Harbor Freight. So definitely not going to use those. I'm going to go ahead and buy some other ones and slap them in there. So if you have any questions as far as my experience goes, or, you know, I used PayPal. That was another part of the money, where the money went, because you're not wrong for not trusting a website. I'm not saying they're bad people, but there are bad people out there. So that was just a precaution. I'm not saying that Flash Shark are going to scam you or rip you off or do anything, or they're just terrible people on purpose. I'm just saying it's never too bad to be using PayPal or something like that. So we'll see. We'll have, like I said, part 2, part 3 on all this stuff, how it all fits together. But as of right now, like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5. Stay tuned.